you. Have a good night. Oh yeah, I'm listening to Bob Marley. Wake up and live. Again, they had another wheelchair theme on the bus using Hasidic Jews. I keep telling you, they always recycle the same form of targeting. You know, particularly when I stand up to them, particularly when they try to do that supernatural, mystical manipulation bullshit. I don't fall for that shit. I've never fell for it. In the past, when I used to get that feeling of something, you know, was happening that was beyond, you know, what I know, you know what I'm saying? It was like that belief thing that they have, this belief in that they've been conditioned with. And so they can do supernatural manipulation or mystical manipulation to manipulate them, to make them think that, you know, it's some higher power, what have you. It's a higher power, right? But it ain't no deity called God. It's the U.S. government. And, you know, just reading about cognitive warfare again. And I'm going to read a little bit about it. Let me just hit the bus schedule here. And I'm going to read a little bit so you guys can hear exactly. I'll probably do a video on it when I get home. But I just want to read this a little section of the article. Let me see what time the bus is coming. Yeah, I hear you, New York President Department. I always say, fuck you. Fuck you, New York President Department. All right, let's see here. All right, 6 minutes. Okay, I put my book back down. All right. Shoot! Oh shoot! I put my phone in my pocket. I wanted to read it. Here we go. Let's see here. Come on now. All right. So it says many publications claim that cognitive warfare is nothing new. As Brzezinski 2018 notes, as early as 2,500 years ago, the great Chinese military thinker Sun Tzu, or whatever his name is. I read the book though, The Art of War, a long time ago, in my early 20s, right? I was reading The Art of War. Imagine that, right? That wars are won through 1, intelligence, information, deception. 2, attacking enemies where they are least prepared. And 3, breaking through resistance and subjugating opponents indirectly without a fight. He also notes that the pinnacle of a commander's skill is to defeat the enemy without a fight. In contrast, another famous Chinese leader, Mao Tse-tung, at a meeting of the Central Committee of the Communist Party of China, reminded party comrades that to achieve victory, they must make the enemy blind and deaf, plug their eyes and ears, and drive their leaders into dilemmas that causes confusion in their minds. Okay? So, what do? Plug their eyes and ears. Meaning that what? You condition them psychologically to not see things and to not hear the truth. Right? Particularly within a society where cognitive warfare has been rampant within the past 2 decades. And we as TIs really started to, you know, talk about our experience. Right? Talk about our experience. And, you know, I was laughing because he drove with his lights on, his car light, indoor car light on. so I can see the navigation on his screen, right? It has the navigation map, you know, the whole tracking thing. All right, I keep telling you, they're slick with it. But anyway, as I was saying, right? When we as TI started talking about what was happening to us, we had no idea, right? Very few of us really began to understand what was happening. You know, a lot of TIs were talking about V2K as early as 2003, 2004. And before anybody knew about Voice to Skull, right? And we know that Voice to Skull is actually a weapon developed by the United States Army, the Department of Defense, in which they call the Voice of God. Okay? So they had already developed these things in the 1980s, 1990s, and you know, they had to test these things out of it on, you know, subjects within the public, right? I always talk about that in order for them to understand how these weapons can be used in the public sphere, you know, they're gonna go to the black community first. That's first and foremost. The black community have always been the victims of government non-consensual exclusion experimentation. Right? And that's not saying that other groups of people, including white people, have not been that also. But what I'm saying is that they will go to the black community first and foremost. Right? And even if they use white people, listen to the amount and the extent in which they do the black people. And again, this is historical facts, right? So I don't want you TIs who are white, Asian, what have you, you know, get y'all feelings all up in arms for the, you know, it's the truth, right? And again, I'm not discarding, you know, that they experiment on white people too, and Asian people and Hispanic people. What I'm saying to you that the vast majority of these experiments happen within the black community and to black people. And when they want to become expert in psychological operations, psychological warfare, cognitive warfare, neurocognitive warfare, they go to the black community in order to perfect their cognitive warfare narratives, their neurocognitive warfare abilities, right? We must understand that. So keeping us ignorant, plugging our eyes and our ears, right? So we can't see the truth, we can't hear the truth, we don't want to see the truth, we don't want to hear the truth, right? These things are not new. And I've been saying this for a long while, right? That these things are not new. What's new is that the technological manner in which it's being implemented today, right? As technology advances, so too these weapons. And these weapons are meant to control us, to manipulate us, right? It also shows you that the capability of the United States to literally manipulate people to where they attack anyone. We see how they weaponize propaganda, right? The Virginia lieutenant governor that was running for governor got his campaign derailed by sexual allegations that led him to spiral into depression. And instead of his wife coming to his rescue and, you know, supporting him, she divorced him. And see what happens, right? All right, talk to you guys next week.